Right, let's talk business.
So this past year at Rhino, it's been challenging, but we've seen a lot of growth. We've had operatives come and go. We've also had changes upstairs. We've brought in another estimator who also really pitches in on the other side where we're doing developments. We've took on another videographer who works with Kanan to help us step up our game there. Not only in what we deliver in Rhino Weekly, but all the stuff that you don't see in the back end. We're certainly not perfect. There's always more things that we can improve and more things to go out into 2026. But looking at 2026 as a year, it's very exciting. It's the busiest we've ever been already, and it's just gonna get busier. But as with every business, you always have your challenges.
52 weeks since we uploaded our very first Rhino Weekly episode. Let's have a look at the past year in review and talk about all the highs and lows that we've experienced as a company and what the future holds for this channel.
Welcome to our channel. Jack is moving on from us, so his last day is tomorrow. It's been a pleasure working with Jack. He's produced a lot of our stuff.
Welcome to the team.
Hi, good to be here.
Is it? Brad might be on holiday, but we aren't. Brad, if you see this, hope you have a good holiday.
What's happening? They've left everything.
I know they have.
Every last thing. It's like they've shut up and just gone, nah.
Open this. You've got gloves on, fine. Just empty the bag.
Give over.
That's the Rhino colours. We're getting rid of the Iveco, sadly, and we're going to go pick up a new van.
If this week's episode is rubbish, blame these two.
It's our fault.
Hang on a minute. It didn't go nearly as well as we'd hoped. All in. I like calling it a gillet because it's just funny.
To who?
They're giving you resistance now. Just feels sloppy.
I'm moving, to be fair. Can you put a bit of a spin on yours, maybe to get a bit more travel on that?
Basically, somebody's come onto our site and they have stolen our roto compressors. So, bad news this morning because these pieces of kit are very expensive. It also now means that we can't do the work we'd planned to do today.
We're going to send the drone up here in Middleton to see if we can find our 2 stolen compressors. A little scrapyard over here.
Yeah, that's what I could see into this morning.
See some tarpaulin over here. No, sadly not.
I guess this is the shit part of business no one tells you about. We have had not a great year this year in that sort of sense.
Yeah, it's all zoomed in.
Do you need a hand knowing how to work a camera? This might be one of those really weird situations where I might be able to help a random stranger. We'll keep going until it goes down! If you can help somebody, always help somebody. That is the moral of every story ever. I hope one day someone will do it for me, that's all it is, mate. You're alright, mate, take your time. Yeah, no, the Defender would have done it, wouldn't it? Welcome back to Operation Linglands. This house, newly built, nobody's lived in it before, needs underpinning.
I'm getting your curly wig in there.
Too big for this old.
Mate, you've never heard that before, have you? I'm coming down, brains. Underpinning, eh?
That's 15s.
So you want the easy side?
You just have the easy side.
Hit my head out. Let's get this in.
It's just damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes in this country, isn't it? Because if you're outside, you'll get rained on from the top. If you're doing underpinning, you're under the cover of a building, you just got to stand in the water.
Finish this job, a nice bottle of wine tonight.
Near at the end of the job.
They brought 9 starter packs.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Right, show us what you've got, mate. There you go, sir.
What the? Teamwork, Keenan. Teamwork, you know what I mean?
Indeed, yes. Makes
Teamwork.
the dream work.
That's the one.
Carry that, you carry that. Wait, why are you being outside?
A bacon, sausage and egg. Bam. What?
Solid lump. So that water in there is probably frozen solid as well.
You could have gotten in here comfortable with me.
I could have done.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned next Friday. Fountain Street, Macclesfield. There was like 3 teams, I think, or at least 2 teams when on the first day we went there. The difference between when we were first on that site versus the last plot that we just finished, even those bigger, like we're using 12 inches, weren't we, on 2 drop weight rigs and 1 team, as opposed to using bottom driven piles. So it was much, much quicker, and they still went to 21 metres in places, didn't they? It was insane. Back end perspective from obviously us trying to run the channel, it was Jack and myself at first, wasn't it? And then Jack announced that he was moving to pastures new, going full freelance, so we needed another editor right at the start. So starting on a back foot, that was fun, wasn't it?
Well, it's funny that you say that because today is Jamie's 1-year work anniversary.
Is this a year today?
Today.
And he's not even fucking in.
No, you're not fucking in.
We had Liam start piling.
He came from a welding background, so he's not going to struggle with that bit.
No.
So as long as you can deal with weather, working in shit, and you put the time in to get that experience, then like I say, all you do is you repeat that loop over and over.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw him on site, I think was on a job in Stockport with Sean as well. Him and Sean working together was interesting. They worked really well straight away. We also had Harry join us as a wheelbarrow operative.
Did he come in on the wheelbarrow?
He did, yeah. What's Harry up to today?
Well, he pals, doesn't he? Because we were that busy in October, just too many jobs, not enough staff. Concrete's just got to a much better place and 2 less wages on the wagons, as in barrow people.
Harry turned around to me at one point and he was like, I want to try the piling out, me. I was like, do you reckon you've got it in you? Because it's a lot of heavy lifting. It's not exactly a safe profession, you know, there's a lot of risks. And he was like, yeah, I reckon I could do it, obviously, because he thinks he's 10 men. He was like, yeah, I could do that, me, I could do that. And to be fair to him, he's pretty much done it. He's a reliable and competent piling operative now at 21.
We just hit the period where we're now really busy, and this is where we're going to make money after carrying everyone. And we had 2 members of staff leave, one for personal reasons and one because they wanted to go to an alternative career, and the timing was terrible. And at that point, I'm like, just got to the point where we're busy now. We've lost 2 people that can drive, can pile, can weld. So essentially, to an extent, you're kind of 2 teams down, but you're definitely 1 down.
We did our first time screw piling, didn't we, in Knutsford?
We did.
Yep, screw piled underpin.
Yeah, I think we did that in the end of 2025, and then I think we went on to do another 2-3 jobs in screw piling. We've literally got screw piles down in the yard now because we've got to start one. So we have screw piles downstairs ready to start a job, but that's got to wait until we have availability. But it just shows the way that this year is going to go already. To have the most teams we ever had out on the road and be that far in advance, it's just, like I say, it just doesn't happen. So it is going to be interesting this year. Could be that busy in March, already booked out to April. We've got the most teams we've ever had. I mean, we've invested in new vans pretty much across the board now, like every van is 25 plate. But to be this busy in March going into April, what we got to do in summer? What we got to do in October? What we got to do in November? What we got to do in December?
Let's talk about the channel. We started a completely new YouTube channel. We did have Rhino Piling and Rhino Concrete as separate YouTube channels initially, and then we made Rhino Productions because you had a domain for Rhino Productions, didn't you? Mm-hmm. And the past year, you know, if anything, the views at the start were better than they are now.
I think that in terms of what we put out there, it's very difficult because it's niche.
On YouTube, I have checked many times. There is no channel who is going to the lengths that we go to for the production value. That's not to say we can't improve, but there's no other channel that really covers piling especially. There's certainly a lot of concrete channels out there, but we try and do a bit of everything and show you what we do as a company, and we also try and have a laugh while we're doing it.
But I think what you don't see is in terms of the return on investment, and it's not measurable, is that from a customer's perspective, you can see us and you can see what we do. And one of the things in terms of customer conversion is how you're answering the phone, the stuff we're sending out to them in terms of email, physical, the site visits we do, the timings, our professionalism, our online presence, and our online presence comes from website reviews, but also the ability to go onto YouTube and see the work being done, and to be able to visualize my extension looks like that, or my new build looks like that, or my multi-plot development looks like that. Oh, and there it is from start to finish. You can't measure how many people that has converted. It is an immeasurable metric, but it's a valuable one, and it's one that nobody else is doing.
A lot of companies, they're too focused on doing the job, obviously, that they think a couple of photos here and there, a couple of videos of the finished thing, not really showing the process, but showing the end result, and they're going, that's enough. All they need to know is that we can do it, right? But if a company has the time and resources and the creativity to make videos like this, and it's a one of a kind in its specific niche, you know, area of construction, then I suppose that also says a lot about the company and how far they're willing to go and how much effort they're willing to put in it to market themselves.
The reason they're not doing it is either they're too big and they've been around too long to either keep up with the trends, make those decisions at the top, or see the value in it, or they're too small where they would pick it up, run with it for a while, post on the Facebook continuously for social media, blah blah blah, for a month, and then be like, oh, one of our members of staff have left, or oh, I've got big projects on, all energy goes into that and it gets dropped, and then 6 months later they'll pick it back up. Whereas we're in a spot where we're bigger than all of those companies, so we have the financial capability to do this, but we're not too big where it's either not understood in terms of value, or they've been around too long, so they're like, we've been around, we're fine. That allows us to sit in this nice little hole, let's call it, between we're bigger than these guys, we're not as big as these guys, but we're more ambitious than a lot of them.
Not too hot, not too cold, just right.
Yeah, and it allows us to have that ambition, as I say, to push beyond.
Despite this, we can't ignore the fact that the channel is struggling to grow despite the effort that we're putting in, and it is with a heavy heart that I have to say that Rhino Weekly, as you know it, is dead.
It's safe to say that you've been punked. We're not going anywhere.
However, we are shifting ourselves from the unscripted project to project style of filming that we were doing and moving on to something where we can get you some more engaging content.
Yeah, there's a lot to understand about groundworks and piling, and for the past year we've been sort of covering it at like a surface level, every day, on the job.
This year, we want to dig deeper. Pardon the pun. We don't really know what the content's going to look like until we've made it. We're going to give this a go and see what you think.
But don't worry, we're still going to be visiting the lads on site and getting you as close to the action as we can. These videos will probably be in short form sort of format, so it'll be all action and no fluff.
Lastly, we just want to say a huge thank you to you guys, our core following who have been watching us through this journey the past year, as well as any new viewers. We welcome you. Let us know what you think of this new style of content we're going to be working towards this coming year. Make sure to give us a like if you like it. If you don't like it, do nothing. Leave a comment down below of your opinion of this shift that we've decided to make. And of course, subscribe so that you don't miss any content moving forward.
Shebang.
Whoa. Let it roll.
I don't know how to line dance.